Hi everyone, just a quick video for all of you out there that have been thinking about Bantasia, supporting Bantasia and looking forward to Bantasia because of it's less than a month away. Now, first of all, a huge thank you to all the riders that have entered. We've had so much support from riders, it's absolutely blown our minds. We filled the entry up within a week. Which was obviously, to start with, we only had limited numbers in certain classes. We opened up the classes and opened up the event a little bit for more people. We were blown away with how many people supported it. So thank you to all of the riders that have entered. We know that it's also quite expensive because we had to, obviously during this coronavirus time, we've had to make sure that we cover our costs with insurance and with everything else. So it's cost a little bit of money. So thank you to all of the riders. Similarly, thank you for all the club memberships that we've received. We've been, again, blown away by how many people have joined us on this journey that Grasstrack Banter Promotions is on. So welcome to the club, and hopefully you make use of those benefits that we've put in place for you, and all of our partners and our club partners have put in place for you, because hopefully we'll make it worthwhile being part of Grasstrack Banter Promotions. That's the idea. Now, we've trialled this online entry system and the feedback that we've got has been very positive, and I think that it's been a real part of getting so many riders to come along has been this online entry system. We'd love to hear a bit of feedback on the online entry system from the riders and tell us what you think, and whether you think it's something that should be done in the future or if there's any tweaks we can make, because obviously we want it to be as easy to enter Grasstrack meetings as possible in the future. Now, if you're sat there and you're thinking, well, I'm not a rider, so this doesn't really mean anything to me. Of course, we have made sure that we are going to live stream Grasstrack Banter Promotions Bantasia 1. We're going to live stream the event. It's going to be live streamed all around the world, which is kind of terrifying, but really exciting at the same time. Obviously, it's something that Grasstrack has not really sort of explored before. We're going to explore it. We've teamed up with Blue Monkey Media and Jerry Sims, who used to be a Grasstrack rider himself. And they're going to live stream the event for us, and we need to make sure that we make it as good a show as possible, and I'm sure we can. Now, details of how you can watch will be out over the next couple of days. It's basically, from what I understand, they've live streamed speedway events in the past, and it's basically very similar to the way that we set up groups, events for people to join on Facebook. So you basically go to set up the event, and then the event you press join, but in this case it won't be join, it'll be purchase, and you'll be able to purchase the event for £5. A little bit more on that in a minute. It'll also be on our website as well, so grasstrackbanter.com. If you go over to there and you go to the club shop, I believe it'll be on, you can purchase your live stream for the whole event of Bantasia 1. So it should be as easy, even easier than going to the event and driving to the event without all of the diesel and petrol money, just from the comfort of your own home. So why should you purchase it? I mean, we've released the lineups this week. We've been, like I say, amazed with the people we've got. 500cc solos is where I'll start. 2 times European champion James Shanes, and of course reigning 4 times British Masters champion as well. James is joining us. James has been brilliant to Grasstrack Banter from the word go, really, and we're delighted to have James with us on the day, showing us what he's got. But he won't have it all his own way, because we've got some very hot riders that are coming along. James Wright, who is just about to start doing Sunday Speedway this season. He's obviously been racing on the grass for the last 5 or 6 years. Very good grass track rider, James Wright. He's just about to go to Newcastle and Sheffield as well in the Premier League on the Speedway too. So James Wright, very good rider. You'll see him on the live stream at Bantasia 1. And we've got Edward Kennett signed up as well. Edward, obviously European finalist. He was on the podium for the European final a couple of years ago. He's been on the podium for the British Masters as well, and he's been a top speedway rider for as long as I can remember, for a long, long time. So we're delighted to have Edward with us. Got some youngsters as well coming to us in the 500 solos that people are very excited about at the moment. Chad Wurtzfeld, of course. Saw him on a 500 last year and he was absolutely flying around at Cornwall. Now he's going to be challenged with a few top riders, so we're looking forward to seeing how Chad goes. Of course, he's recently signed for Respawn Seagulls, so he's got a bit of speedway interest as well. And similarly, Jake Mulford, he's not really been able to stretch his legs yet on the 500 solo. He's had a go a couple of meetings. I know that he did the George Wilby meeting last year. British Youth Champion, of course, rides for Kent Kings as well. So we're looking forward to seeing how Jake Mulford goes up against some of these top lads. the names keep coming. Charlie Powell, British Masters qualifier champion from last year. Another brilliant grass tracker, and I think would have made the British Masters final if it hadn't been for a problem in the heats. So he's a really good, solid rider, Charlie Powell. We've got one foreigner coming as well, Jacob Bookhover, the Danish rider who raced in the European final last year and really held his own, raised a few eyebrows with how quick he was straight away on the grass. He did a bit of racing last year at George Wilby, and Bookhover's joining us this time as well. So we've got a Dane in the mixed. European finalist Stephen Green, another rider that I know that is very popular on the grass at the moment, a really good grass track rider. Stephen, looking forward to having Stevie down with us. Aaron Butcher, another Leicester Speedway rider, Aaron Butcher, but he's obviously been around the grass for a long time, goes from strength to strength. Somebody that many of you won't know about, someone that I don't know about, but I'm looking forward to seeing, is James Laker. And James Laker, I'm told, is a very ample Speedway rider. Looking forward to seeing how well James goes on the grass. He's looking forward to it too, by all accounts. And there's a whole load of other riders. We've got a whole host of 500 solos, 20 riders altogether, 2 heats of them, and they'll do 3 heats and then a B&A final. So really lots to look forward to in the 500cc solos. And the other premier class, if you want to call it that, is the 1000cc sidecars. And again, the riders have supported us and we're delighted. Big name at the top, of course, Mark Cosser, won pretty much everything in the last 10 or 15 years or so. We had a discussion on the podcast not long ago about rider of the millennium, he wishes, rider of the decade, and we all couldn't look past Mark. He's dominated the sport really. If it wasn't for those winter burns, I think he'd have dominated it even more. But Mark Cosser's teaming up with Gareth Williams this season, and that leaves a space open on the back of Matt Fumarola, and I'm delighted to say that Matt Fumarola seems to have Andy Wilson back in the chair. And lots of us will remember Matt and Andy racing together several seasons ago, and Andy's made a return, hopefully permanently. We'll have to wait and see. Going up against Matt and Mark, we've got Rob Wilson aboard a brand spanking new Honda machine that's had all sorts of tuning and work done to it. We're looking forward to seeing how well Rob goes, with Terry Saunders in the chair, of course. And Paul Whitelam, who has had a few outings with Richard Webb, but they're full-time together now. British Masters champion Paul Whitelam and a British champion in Richard Webb on the left-hand sidecars. So looking forward to seeing them. Paul Johnson as well has entered the meeting, been very supportive of Bantasia. He'll be bringing his MSS Kawasaki machine, very quick machine. We haven't seen a lot of it lately. We haven't seen a lot of it at all, really. So we're looking forward to seeing how well Paul Johnson goes. We've got very exciting newcomer Anthony Sales, who's joining us. I know that he's been putting lots of things on various social media of his equipment at the moment, and it looks immaculate. Looking forward to seeing how well Anthony goes. And another rider who's been sneaking a few things onto social media is Simon Heel, who's got Tom Smith in the chair. I know that he's been working hard on that machine too. Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards will be joining us, double British Masters qualifier winners. Surely their season's got to come soon. They are a very quick crew indeed. We've got 18 outfits altogether. Obviously those are the highlights, but who knows? It could be anyone. Could be anyone. Robbie Simmons taking to the bars for the first time. We're looking forward to seeing how that goes. Loads of racing to be done in 1,000 sidecars. Now I need to talk about the 500 sidecars quickly, because we have got Mitch Godden, Paul Smith, Josh Goodwin, Liam Brown. They come together at Bantasia once again. We know the controversy that surrounded the British Championships in 2019. We know that these two crews are two of the best crews in Europe. We are really looking forward to seeing how they go at Bantasia 1. We really are. It looked like we weren't going to have the 500 sidecars at Bantasia 1. We have included them, and we're looking forward to seeing what happens. You can never rule out, of course, James Hartley and Shane Minahane, and you can never rule out Sean Hughes and Lewis Bennett either. So could be the class that steals the show on the day, the 500 sidecars. It really could. Now, like I say, we opened up the entries to 250 solos, 350 solos and upright solos as well. Old and new sidecars and all the youth classes as well. In the 250s, we've got Graham Thomas, former British champion, joining us. We've got Tim Grigg joining us, all-round motorcyclist, of course, and national grading list champion. We've got Kai Ward still in the 250s, even though he's now starting to make tracks in the Speedway. Adam Hawker returns from Australia. We're looking forward to seeing how well Adam goes after his long layoff from the sport. Ben Phillips has made the move from uprights into the 250s, and we're looking forward to that. But the one I'm most looking forward to, straight up from youth, Cameron Taylor. He is the latest in the RTS legacy. What is Cameron Taylor going to do with the adults? I can't wait to find out. The 350 is a much smaller entry, but still high in quality. Wayne Broadhurst is the man we're looking out for there, of course, former National League Speedway rider, but Wayne is a very accomplished 350 rider. He's got Liam Ashcroft going up against him. He's got John Cock coming down from Cheshire to race against him. Jamie Fenn-Smith has entered as well, another exciting rider. So plenty to look out for in the 350 solos. Now the upright solos, I think the uprights are having their British Championship on this track later in the year, so I think they've entered to make sure that they've had plenty of practice. What an upright lineup this is. Graham Brown, Darren Phillips, Tim Kerner, Mike Dowling, Jason Prynne, who many of you will remember was a speedway rider many years ago, down here in Cornwall. He has been racing the uprights for a couple of seasons, not done a lot of racing, but he was keen, as soon as we announced Bantasia 1, he was keen to come and race. Jason is a very quick rider, so he's one to look out for. Returning to the sport, Scott Broad. Scott Broad from up in Herefordshire. Very good 500 solo rider back in the day. He's now turned to upright, so we'll be interested to see how Scott goes. And another returning rider, Paul Knott. And you will remember Knotty from several seasons ago. About 20 years ago, I reckon it is now, Knotty was racing. Very exciting rider. We're looking forward to seeing how well he goes on the upright. We've also got all the youth competitors as well. So we've got all, if you name a youth rider, they're probably with us. You know, George Colvin. We're talking about Max Perry, world champion in the intermediate class. We're looking forward to seeing how well he goes. We've got Oliver Bovingdon moving up to the juniors. We've got Archie Rolfe moving up to the juniors. That junior class is still very, very competitive, and we're looking forward to seeing how the kids go. We've got a few autos and cadets. There are spaces for more. If you are looking for spaces in Bantasia 1, the only spaces left are now in the autos and cadets. We are a little bit worried about that, actually. Not for Bantasia, but as a sport, we're a bit worried. So if you are watching this and you've got a 6, 7 or 8 year old nipper, think about it, because it's a very cheap way to start the sport in that autos and cadets class. And we have got entries available at Bantasia 1. Now then, obviously all of these classes means it's going to be quite a long day. Okay, now it's a very exciting day, but it might be quite long. So with the live stream, one of the things that we've been thinking about, it's not like a normal event. If it's a speedway event, of course the live stream is over a couple of hours and you can come watch the whole thing and then go. We understand that this is a long event and it will be live throughout the day. So if you want to dip in and out of the thing, you can do that. You can come, you can watch the first 5 races, go and do something else on your Sunday, come back, watch the next load of races. You can download the event after it's happened and watch it as you want to. It's up to you. It's entirely up to you. Once you've purchased it, you can watch it however you want. You can watch the whole thing if you want to sit there and watch the whole thing. I know that I was talking to somebody on the phone yesterday, and they said they're thinking about setting the telly up, the laptop up, out in the garden, get the deck chair out, get a few beers on, watch the event unfold. It sounds perfect to me, but it's up to you. You can watch it however you like. There will be a virtual program online for you to follow. So if you like to follow which races are coming next and you want to follow that, you can download the virtual program from our website, grasstrackbanter.com, and you can watch the whole thing and you can follow it on the virtual program. Similarly, we can send you via post a paper copy of the program. If you're like me, you like to fill in the program while you're watching the Grasstrack. So if you want to watch the Grasstrack and fill in the program as we go, we can send you a paper copy of our program. You can watch it online and you can fill in your program as you go. £2 the programs will be, and we will send you one if you want one. More on that on our Grasstrack Banter Facebook group in the coming days, because it's not quite printed yet, but it should be by next week. We can send you out a copy. Souvenir program, you can fill it in at home via the live stream and keep up your collection. We're trying to make this as professional as possible. There are still, we've sold a lot of banners, sponsorship banners. We're hoping to make the place look like a racing venue. That's the idea. We're trying to make it look like it's something that people want to come and watch in the future. That's our plan. We've still got some banners available, so if you are out there and you're thinking, I want to get involved, I want to be a partner of this going forward, do get in touch with us, because we've still got banners available. They cost, they're a decent price. I think they're £70 I think for a banner. So you can have your banner and you've basically got worldwide exposure for your brand, worldwide exposure via the banners. So please do get in touch if you would like a banner made and join us. Now, talking to people joining us, we have got loads of club partners and supporters, from people just offering their help to people offering financial support to people offering their time. It's been amazing. And all of you, if you know you've done something for us out there, heartfelt thank you. Really do. We really do. We couldn't do it without you. All of the info on our partners can be found on our website, grasstrackbanter.com. So do get over there and have a look at our partners. There are links to all of their websites and all of their different products, because there's a whole load of different things. We've got Properly Protected who are on board. That's an insurance and financial advice team. Their website's available via our website. We've got Stellar Dispatch, who's a professional courier team, and they've been really supportive over at Stellar Dispatch as well. SBS EPOS, they're experts in till systems, in hospitality. They've got 18 years of experience in the industry of installing EPOS software for tills and transferring money. We've got Relax to Race, who's a revolutionary cooling gel for muscles when you get arm pump racing. They've been making lots of waves in motocross, and now they're coming over to Grasstrack via Grasstrack Banter Promotions. We've got Blades Bikes of Winchester, which is a motorcycle centre for motocross bikes, scooters, all sorts of motorbikes really down in Winchester. So we're very grateful to Blades Bikes. LLB Baits, which is all carp fishing supplies. TTL Photography, which is Richard Williams, who's taken lots of photos and supported us that way. Dirt Hub, of course, Paul Alton, who runs the Dirt Hub, has been very supportive to us as well. Of course, Custom Clothing by Impress Promotions, Paul Morphy, how can I forget? Custom Clothings have been amazing to us throughout the whole thing, making sure that we're all kitted out and looking the bit. All of other supporters and sponsors and partners and everybody, we're just very grateful to all of you who have helped out, and those of you that are going to help us out on the day. We really want to make this a special event. And even in the last week, we've had people come on board. We've had Hagen Shocks get in touch with us. We've had other different companies get in touch with us. And they keep coming every day. So thank you, a massive thank you to all of you. It's been amazing to see so much support. And all of the information for that can be found on our website, grasstrackbanter.com. Now, if you're a rider and you're coming to Bantasia 1, don't forget there are restrictions on who you can bring. You can bring, if you're a rider, you can bring your rider, your partners, somebody from your household, and if you're a passenger you can bring somebody from your household. Obviously if you've got children as well, you can bring your household plus a mechanic too, and that's it. Okay, if you haven't emailed who you're bringing yet to the club, please do, or send us a message or something, because we need to know who's going to come in. We've basically been able to go to the local council and say to them, here is who's going to be in the field, and they're happy with that. They're more than happy with that. Okay, it's all about us doing the minimal damage to the environment as possible and the minimal damage COVID-wise as possible, whilst still having a really good Grasstrack meeting. So do get us an email to tell us who's coming with you to Bantasia 1. There'll be a list on the gate. If you're not on the list, you don't come in. It's very simple. Very, very simple. You won't come in if you're not on the list. So please make sure you've got people on the list. You also need to make sure you've brought your masks, because you'll need to wear your masks as much as possible at all times in the pits, basically. You will be spread out in the pits, but it's important that you wear your masks as well. We've got lots of races, so we'll be whipping through it as quick as we can, because ideally we want to give you all 4 races. That's the plan. You've paid good money to come and race at Bantasia 1. We want you to get value for money by having 4 races. That means we're going to have to whip through it. Okay? All of the details of how you can purchase after the meeting for riders of the live subscription will come out very soon. If you're out there and you're not going to be riding, you're going to be spectating, again, all of those details will be out very soon. I'm told it's very straightforward. It's very, very straightforward. Anything that we start to share at the moment, please like it, share it as wide as you can. We want as many people enjoying this opening to Grasstrack for 2021 as possible. We've always said Grasstrack Banter isn't our brand, it's your brand. Everyone's involved. We're all responsible for building this brand. We've built up a brand that can do something with Grasstrack, and we want you all to share it as wide as you possibly can, because we want to spread the good word of Grasstrack far and wide. So fans out there, spectators, looking forward to seeing you and hosting you virtually via the live stream hosted by Blue Monkey Media. Riders, you better bring your A games. It's Bantasia.